How many people have you met in your life who have said things like, I had that idea, or I was so close, but I gave up? Sometimes the difference between success and failure, winning and losing, is a very fine line between those people who will continue to move forward. There will be people along the way who will say to you, you're dreaming too big. Don't allow anyone to tell you that what you are dreaming is not possible. It is possible. Don't be one of those people 20 years from now are going to be walking around in a 9-to-5 job, miserable and angry and bitter because you let your dreams get away from you because you did not believe strongly enough in yourself and what was possible. This is an unbelievable time, and I can't encourage you enough to continue to think that things are possible and that your dreams can come true.
Just start. Start small. Start with changing tomorrow morning, just tomorrow morning. Get that squared away. And then move on to the next day and the next, and move your life to a better place. One little step.
1 inch at a time.
One little victory at a time.
1 foot in front of the other. That's the only way we can do it.
That's all it is. You just begin. You do the math, you solve one problem, then you solve the next one.
We must keep moving. We must keep going. If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all means, keep moving.
If you're creative enough, can you find the answer? Yes or no? If you're determined enough, can you find the breakthrough? Yes or no? Creativity, decisiveness, passion. These are the ultimate human resources. And when you engage these resources, you can get any other resource on earth. Stop telling yourself the story because you don't have the money, you don't have the time. That's bullshit. It's because you haven't committed yourself where you would burn your fucking boats. If you want to take the fucking island, burn your fucking boats, and you will take the island, because people, when they're going to either die or succeed, tend to succeed. But most of us give ourselves a way out, and that's why we don't have what we want.
You ain't got no choice. You can't go back. There's no options at this point. It's do or die, baby. We do not have time. We about to go get it. It's ours for the getting. You can do it, and you're not leaving. Listen to me. We ain't going home. We ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere until you get it done. We doing what we gotta do to get what we gotta get.
Most people think success is a straight line. I'm going to get out of high school, I'm going to get a job, and everything's going to be fine. That's not how it plays out, folks, okay? This is how it plays out. Guy decides he wants something. Hey, man, I'm going to get this job this summer, and I'm going to make some money this summer. And then he gets distracted by the first squiggly because he's not focused on his success. I'm going to go out and hang out with the guys this weekend. It's a squiggle. It's off path, off purpose, off potential. You focus on your priorities, you eliminate your confusion. Single focus. This one thing I do. Concentration is the secret in all human affairs. You've got to concentrate. What you concentrate on is what you get. Focus on your dreams. You get what you focus on. If you want to do something in life, it's going to take focus.
You get to where you're trying to get to by staying focused, staying on a parallel path.
Don't stop. Obstacles, problems, challenges. Keep moving forward.
Unless you attempt to do something beyond that which you've already mastered, you will never grow. What is it that you looked at some point in time and you decided that you couldn't do it? That you talked yourself out of it? Whatever it is, bring it back out there. You have the ability to do things that you can't even begin to imagine. You have talents and skills in you that you haven't even begun to reach for yet. Practice only makes improvement. You can always better your best. You have not done your best work yet. As long as you're here, you have a chance to transcend yourself. You've got to be willing to do that. You've got to believe in yourself. You've got to decide to be bold. Most people go through life trying to creep. No. Trying to be casual about it. No. You go through life being casual, you'll end up a casualty. You've got to be bold in life. You've got to take life on. You don't get in life what you want, ladies and gentlemen. You get in life what you are. You've got to have some reasons that when life knocks you down, and it's going to, when people disappoint you, and that's going to happen, When they betray you, and that's going to happen. When they lie to you, and that's going to happen. When they say, oh, you can count on me, and they won't show up, and that's going to happen. When you want to throw in the towel and give up yourself, and that's going to happen. When life collapses on you and catch you on the blind side, what reason can you remember that you can call on, that you can reach on, that can make you get back up? Find that reason. Because when life had knocked me down, I said, life, I'm doing this because I want to make my mama proud of me. I'm doing this because I want my children to have a better life than what I have. I'm doing this because all my life I've been told I'd be a loser, that I wouldn't make it. I'm doing this so I can become massively successful. What are the reasons that you can think of that can keep you strong, that can keep you in the game, that will be your rod and staff to comfort you? If you know the why for living, you can endure almost anyhow. Life will knock you between the eyes. It will catch you on the blind side, come out of nowhere, stuff you can't anticipate. That will knock the wind out of you. You want to give up. But in the face of that, you want to be relentless. You've got to decide that I'm going to be fearless. I refuse to be denied. And I'm going to go all out. I don't care how many no's I encounter. You've got to be willing to be unreasonable. If you want unreasonable results in your life, you've got to be willing to be unreasonable. Part of being unreasonable, you don't judge according to appearances. Part of being unreasonable, you can see it because you believe it. You must have the faith to call forth those things that be not as though they were. You've got to decide, I deserve this, and I'm going to have it. You've got to say yes to your life. You've got to say yes. Yes to my dreams. Yes to me. Yes, I can make it. Yes, I can. Doesn't matter how many failures I've made. Doesn't matter how many mistakes I've endured. Doesn't matter about my defeats. Doesn't matter about what I've done. Yes. Yes. I don't care about the fact I'm in a hole now. Doesn't matter about where I am. Yes. The last chapter to my life has not been written yet. If you judge me now, you'll judge me prematurely. I haven't exposed all my stuff yet. I'm still in the process of transforming my life. I'm still in the process of becoming. Yes.
You're going to do whatever it takes. Do you hear me? You're going to go your own way. You're going to do what they won't do. You're going to be smart, and you are going to win.
Have you done what you said you were going to do on January 1st last year? Did you stick to your New Year's resolutions? Or did you just talk about doing it? Did you just tell yourself, I'm going to do it after Valentine's Day, or after this vacation, or on Monday? Doing anything successful, doing anything important is going to make you inconvenient. There's always going to be a reason to wait. There's always going to be a busy schedule. There's always going to be something unexpected that happens. It's always going to be that way. You have to fucking work through it. But a lot of you motherfuckers just don't want it. It's easy to fall into the loving the idea of something, and it's hard to fall into the habits of action to actually achieve something. It's not about after the vacation or after this or after that. It's about right now. Now resolutions are the only thing that give results. People who succeed stick to the plan regardless. They don't train themselves to use those as excuses. When you tell yourself you're going to lose 5 pounds or lose 50 pounds, you need to fucking do it. You all are curious about what the secret is. Why certain people succeed when you don't succeed. Well, I'm going to tell you why. Successful people, while you're whining and crying about how things are hard and why things aren't fair, guess what they're doing? They're doing the fucking work. You have to commit to becoming better. You have to commit to being a person of action. You have to commit to being someone who doesn't just talk, but follows through. I challenge you guys to become people who do instead of people who talk about doing.
You must have, as a basic principle, the determination to achieve excellence in your various fields of endeavor. When you discover what you're going to be in life, set out to do it and to do it well. Set out to do it as if God Almighty called you at this particular moment in history to do it. And so I would urge you to study hard, to burn the midnight oil. I would say to you, set out to do a good job and do that job so well that the living, the dead, or the unborn couldn't do it any better. Falls your lot to be a street sweeper. Sweep streets like Michelangelo painted pictures. Sweep streets like Beethoven composed music. Sweep streets like Leontine Price sings before the Metropolitan Opera. Sweep streets like Shakespeare wrote poetry. Sweep streets so well that all the host of heaven and earth will have to pause and say, here lived a great street sweeper who swept his job well. If you can't be a pine on the top of the hill, be a scrub in the valley. Be a bush if you can't be a tree. If you can't be a highway, just be a trail. If you can't be the sun, be a star. For it isn't by size that you win or you fail. Be the best of whatever you are.
You are excellent. Now stop playing small. You are excellent. Stop playing small. You are excellent. Stop taking the hand that they dealt you. Take ownership. If you can get all A's in the class, do it. You don't need nobody to give you $50, $100, no pair of shoes, take you on no trip. You a grown man. Do it because you can. Stop needing a carrot. Stop needing money. Stop needing a trip. Stop needing somebody to give you a sticker on your head and do it for the pride of who you are. Do it because you can. I don't care what your friends are doing. When you leave, what you fighting for? What's your legacy? What you gonna do? You say you a champ, but do you practice like a champ? You say you a champ, do you fight like a champ? You say you a champ, do you have the mentality of a champ? I want you to go to the next level and not just be a champ, but show the world what a champion looks like.
The powers that we have will never reveal themselves if we don't challenge them. If we don't put ourselves in a position where we have to use them. Put yourself in a position where you can't retreat, where it's do or die, sink or swim. Here's what you'll find out. You'll develop incredible swimming skills. You'll find yourself stroking unlike you've ever seen before. Through the inspiration of desperation, you'll become more creative than ever before. And if we're honest this evening, we know that we haven't done all we can do. So as we look at the future, we can decide that from this day forward, as I look at all the dimensions of my life, looking at myself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, I'm going to do all I can do to develop me, to bring my talent out here, to make a contribution to life.
I want to be the person that is the first person there and the last person to leave, because I think that the road to success is through commitment and through the strength to drive through that commitment when it gets hard. And it is going to get hard and you're going to want to quit sometimes, but it'll be colored by who you are and more who you want to be.
You can only have two things in life, reasons or results. Notice, reasons don't count.
When you're committed to an outcome, there are no excuses. There are no stories. There are no reasons not to achieve it. But if you're interested in an outcome, you will do what's convenient. You'll come up with excuses, stories, reasons to support your convenience desire. And so here's my question for you. Are you interested or are you committed?
As you think about this that you know you need to handle, what are you going to do? Write down 3 strong reasons on why you know you must take action. And be explicit and descriptive in your reasons, because your reasons have power. Your reasons will drive you. When you have doubt, when your faith becomes weak, your reasons will fortify your faith. When you have an inner conversation, say, no, don't do that. Your reasons will become your rod and your staff to comfort you, to take you through those challenging moments. And what you will find, that when you decide to act, when you decide to take life on, when you're stretching out, when you're taking life by the collar, and you know that what you're doing is right, it gives a special meaning and power to you. You'll begin to discover some things about you that you don't know you've got when you put yourself in that type of challenging situation.
With enough persistence, most things that seem impossible become possible.
You just have to show up and show out so often. Time after time, you gotta wake up and you gotta drive. You gotta be driven to go get something done now. You gotta be willing to stand on your beliefs. Because a lot of times you're the only one who can see it. And other people, they don't see it really, but you gotta really believe in what you got inside of you that's telling you and driving you to a certain goal for something.
The very minute that you decide upon something, you know that's what you want, you know you're going to do it. All of these negatives that have been bothering you, they pick up their baggage and get out. They can't live in a positive mind. You have to move with courage, with faith, with determination.
I don't care what it is. I don't care how difficult it is. Listen, you better put some strength in your back, plant your feet, and stand up. Don't you dare sit down. Don't you dare crumble under the weight of it. Don't you dare give in because of the nature of it. Don't you dare go home and raise the white flag of surrender, because whatever is over you defines you. And whatever defines you limits you. This is not your season to die. This is not your season to quit. There's joy, there's peace, there's breakthrough, there's provision, but you'll never see it if you don't stand up to it.
Your pain is going to be a part of your prize, a part of your product. I challenge you to never give up, never give in. And finally, guys, you gotta wanna succeed as bad as you wanna breathe.